Political Science section. This is 5th of May 2020 for India. This is the lockdown third phase, the second day. Before beginning our topic, let's have a small ice breaking. Let us know what the dates have importance in the history. In 553, the Second Council for Constantinople opens. Dear learners, Constantinople became one of the famous world trade center for the trade and commerce for the overseas, as it was the sea pirate Ottoman Turks who captured this sea trade and then became the emperor. Ottoman Turk was gifted lot of the land as well as precious gifts to the Catholic popes and then blessed himself with the Christianity and then had hold over this Ottoman great Roman Empire. So this was one of the very great incident that the second council meeting began by the 5th of May 553, and then 1260 there was the Kublai Khan who became the emperor of the Mongol dynasty. He was the grandson for the Genghis Khan. And in 1762 there was the treaty between the Russia and Prussia of St. Petersburg, and the great 7 Years' War came to an end between them. It is said that the Russian Empire ruled by the dynastical kings known as the Tsar, T-S-A-R, T is silent there, and Nicholas I, Nicholas II further carried forward the dynastical rule, as this Prussian princess, that was Zarina, the empress of the Russia, Tsar's wife Zarina. She was from the German breed Prussia. Prussia is a degraded territory of the German, and historians and critics said in her marriage with her as a dowry, she carried the German monk, that was Rasputin, who was blessed with the magical powers and black magic he knew and the dirty tricks into the politics. Further, both of them, they controlled the Tsar and then ruled over the Russia. St. Petersburg, also the name has been kept with the German influence, it is said. And then further, they ignored the people's welfare and how the dirty tricks and political tactics turned the working class people towards the breaking into the revolution, and the Russian Revolution took place. In this manner, we have seen the deaths. Let's see what the green board is giving message to us. A very realistic and beautiful thought it is, said that being human is given, being human is gifted by the God, but keeping our humanity is a choice. It's a very true. This is political science, our session. We have already started our sessions with understanding what is democracy, why democracy. Why democracy we will be covering further, because still now we are completing, we are step by step understanding what is democracy. In the first session we understood the definitions. In the previous session we had understood about the first feature of the democracy, where we learned that the democracy is a form of government in which the people elect the rulers and they have the right to form the rule. So in this manner we also studied the example of the General Pervez Musharraf for Pakistan, how he overthrew the publicly elected Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif and then established his rule, completely took over under his command the Pakistan regime, and how that democracy completely murdered under his rule, completely changed the constitutional articles as well as mentioned some of his own terms and conditions and extended his time period. So this is all stages wise we had studied. Today we are going to understand the second feature of our democracy. What is that feature? At the end of our session you will understand. Let us understand the second feature of democracy by understanding two of our neighboring countries, as proudly they appeal that they are the democratic countries. So you are the best judges. You will be judging at the end by understanding the democratic criteria of the feature as well as its working out, you will be coming to understand whether we should nominate this country as a democratic country or non-democratic country. So I am going to give you today the information about the China, how China underwent the rule as a democracy and made the democracy as per its own changes, tried little bit to make controversy into the democracy, so we are going to see. So in the China there is the system that China elections take place after every 5 years. This Guangdong Renmin Daidiao Dahui. This is the form of Parliament of China. This is called as the Parliament. Parliament of China is called as the Guangdong Renmin Daidiao Dahui. This means the National People's Congress. This means the National People's Congress. Dear students, as you came across that in the France, this parliament or democratic form of government is known with the National Assembly, which has distributed under the three powers, that is the legislative, judiciary and executive. In the America, White House Parliament we call it. In Britain, as we are following America and Britain saying the administrative machinery, same as in the India as well as in Pakistan, it is called the Parliament. India, Parliament form of democracy we have. In the Parliament of functionary machinery we have the two houses, House of Lords known as the Rajya Sabha and House of Lords that is known as House of Commons, the largest representative body of the people. In the Russia, this parliament is called as Duma. So likewise in the China, it is called the National People's Congress. In Chinese language, Guangdong Renmin Daidiao Dahui. This means National People Congress. Now this National People Congress, this has the right to elect the president to the country. Okay. So this National People Congress has the right to elect president to the country. Now this National People Congress, this consisted total 3000 members of whole China's elected members. Total 3000 members of all China elected for National People Congress. Now this National People Congress where 3000 members, they are completely totally elected from throughout the China. Some of the members are elected by the army. Now, for getting elected or for filling the form as a candidatureship for the election, it is necessary into the China up to the 2002-2003 it has been found that the Chinese Communist Party always used to win, or the members had to seek the permission from the Chinese Communist Party, that is CCP, or same allied parties which are consulted with this CCP, Chinese Communist Party, their membership NCP, or you can become the member or the candidate legally approved to contest the election. So some of the members, they are elected by army, and to get elected members must have to seek permission to contest election, or 8 parties of CCP, that is the Chinese Communist Party, must have the membership. Then you can be the legal candidate to contest the election. So up to the 2002, 2003, we found that CCP only won the election. Though they allowed the opposition parties, but opposition parties never managed to win. Only the Chinese Communist Party, they won the election and they formed the government. Chinese Communist Party always formed the government. So this is under the criteria as per the China up to 2002-2003. Same duration of the time, Mexico also followed after its independence in 1930, saying some of the shown to the people and to the world that they are following the democratic criterions to get elected and to giving the chance to the other people as well as opposition parties. But in reality, there was a complete fraudulent and the malpractices. So we are going to again consider one of the more examples, that is Mexico in 1930. So second example we are discussing, that is since independence Mexico in 1930 contest elections after every 6 years to elect country's president. Now remarkable thing here that the China, after every 5 year contesting election, all the democracies, they are after every 5 year contesting election. Mexico has kept the criteria after every 6 years to contest the election. Now this Mexico, after getting independence in 1930, was never under the rule of any dictatorship or any military rule. Okay. So Mexico was not under the rule of any dictator or military. Up to 2000, only one party won the all election. That is a PRI party. This party only used to manage to win the election, all election up to the 2000. Only one party from 1930 to 2000. Only one party used to win meetings. Same as teachers of government schools were used to convince or to force parents to cast vote on the PRI, that is Institutional People's Party. So the government office employs were forced to attend the party meetings to know the party agenda and the upcoming election, the campaigns, as well as teachers were used to convince and force parents that they must have to cast their vote to PRI. Apart of this, the media largely ignored all the activities. Media ignored all opposition activities. PRI used large sum of money to campaign and propaganda to make win its members. Always government formed by the PRI only. So dear students, we have discussed about the two countries' democratic features as they announce proudly that they are following the democratic system of the government, their criteria or their complete framework for how they used to manage and run the administration under the name of democracy, which nowhere used to be seen like democracy. We have seen that though the parliament is known as the National People's Congress, 3,000 members from all over the China gets elected, even some members directly got elected by the army. But these members must have the permission of the Chinese Communist Party, or they must have the membership into the 8 allied parties which are equally consulted with this Communist Party. So there is no such any criteria, no such any feature, whereas we used to keep some of the limitations, some of the criteria for contested election. This is the age criteria, the nationality criteria, no criminal record criteria, mentally, physically sound, as well as no bankruptcy, and during filling the candidature form, we must have to ask to submit some amount of money, so that if you get fail or lose election with unexpected losing of votes, then next time the candidature should get cancelled only. These are not the universally applicable for all the candidates, whereas no democracy never allows any candidate to force that they must have the membership of particular this party, or for our India that the Congress has the complete hold from the pre-independence period. In the post-independence period also we found the influence of Congress upon the Indian politics and the elections, but never we got such any propaganda or any such as malpractices news that the Congress have ever forced, or any government party, ruling party, opposition party force the people, or they have the tortured people, or they have misguided people, or they suppressed people. This is complete open platform where all the new parties, new electing candidates, representatives are welcome. Those who have skill, talent and the qualities, they can win the faith of people and they can lead country for the prosperity. Whereas we found here into this PRI, they always form the government, and at the 11th hour they used to shift the polling booths. 11th hour they shifted They conduct election, but no, their records used to be kept into the study or into the consideration. Only PRI party used to manage to win and form the government, and employees were forced to attend the meetings instead of their work, same as the government. School teachers also used to convince and force parents that they must have to cast vote only to the PRI, and shifting of the polling booths at the 11th hour to the another new places. People found it very difficult to cast the vote. So, do you feel that this could be the democratic election? This never ever could be the democratic election, because as our first feature we have studied that democracy is a form of government in which rulers are elected by the people, and the rulers have complete choice to form their rules. This was the first feature. After discussing these two, we are getting the second feature for our democracy. This is, we can learn that holding elections of any kind, people must offer the real choice, as well as people must get choice to remove existing ruler. So in this manner, we have studied the second feature of the democracy. I am writing here in the box so you could understand that the second feature we are getting in democracy, it offers free and fair elections. Such elections where the people must get choice to elect new representatives, same at the time it has the space that existing rulers should also accept the defeat, their losing of election. In this manner, we have discussed the two examples through which we understood today the second feature of democracy. I hope you are getting it. Already I have told this is a lengthy chapter, and the lengthy features we have in one discussion, it will not get clear. So step by step I will be making clear all the features and what is democracy you will completely understand. So you will be judging them better, the democratic and non-democratic country. Stay home, stay healthy, be in touch of studies. Thank you very much.